Hey y'all, this is AL Think Madonna. I'm gonna try my best to make this quick because this episode did the least and the most at the same time. But this is Black Ink Crew Chicago. Just came back on tonight, and y'all, I don't know these people like that. I just don't like it. Everybody knew on both sides. You got the old 9 mag and the new 9 mag. It's just to the point where Ryan was like, literally everything is like new. I ain't got time for what y'all talking about. It is what I say it is. Ain't no what everybody can put their input in. Everything is what I said. What I say go. I'm telling you, ooh, you done went off, but I don't blame him. But yeah, like y'all, it's just too much. They have this girl who was at the old 9 mag who was a piercer. He has her, and they had like one other person over there, and she was like a guest. I feel like she was a guest tattoo artist at one point in time. Later on in the episode, she answered the door. So if y'all know who she is, I can't think of what her name is right now, but she's the one who answered the door for 4 later on in the episode. But anyway, y'all, they have a manager, and her name is China, and she seems professional about her business, so I'm here for that. Some dude that go by the name of Greasy, he's supposed to be like one of the new tattoo artists. And one of the things that they were talking about was the music for the atmosphere, and they were just making it plain that what we're going to do is when we have music, it's going to be set on one type of thing, and it will set the tone and all this other. I was just like, okay, we really up in here discussing the type of music, but okay. All right, okay, that's what we gonna do. Y'all, y'all old 9 mag look like it's boring and annoying me and made me want to go to sleep. I was just like, what is going on? They was up in there yawning too. So I was like, okay, it ain't just me. Cause it making me yawn right now. I was like, what in the world, y'all? I was so tired. I was like, really? So Van wasn't there at the moment. And before he even made his entrance, Charmaine was sitting up in there telling myself, I don't even understand why Ryan would give him the shop of all people. I thought he would have given it to me. Why wouldn't he have given it to me? Girl, I'm like, girl, why would somebody give a tattoo shop to you? Like, who are you? Who are you? Girl, no. So anyway, I'm tired. The entrance it was just, you need to stop. They had grown flower girls. I said what I said. They had grown flower girls come in. And then he came in, and there was this throne that was brought in. And I was just like, what in the world? He got it like as soon as you walk in the door, you can't help but to see it. And it's just like, why? Why we got a throne up in here? Shouldn't you be tending to a booth so that you can tattoo somebody? Like, why you got a throne? Like, you doing the most, sir. Ain't nobody got time. But anyway, y'all, instead of the type of atmosphere it should be and you setting real rules, he had all the people who was from his clothing line. What is a gorilla whatever? Y'all know what I'm talking about. He brought them in, and I was just like, why? Why are all these people here? And I don't think not now one of them know how to tattoo. So I was like, why is all these people here? And then all of them was in there eating. And I mean, even though Bella is not a tattoo artist, she even was like, okay, so what is all this going on right here? And you got to make this a sterile work environment. So I mean, the people was eating something terrible. I was just like, why? I mean, it was a whole gang of people. I was just like, y'all was taking up too much room, space, and opportunity. Ain't none of y'all no paying customer. Why y'all up in here eating pizza? I don't understand. I was confused. Y'all, but anyway. And so he had like a little list of rules, and y'all, one of the rules was, it's a no Lily zone, which I agree with because she ain't nothing but trouble. Y'all, one of the things, he was being so petty, and I can't do it. He said that he told her that she can't go by Bella. She got to go by her government name. He's like, yeah, because Bella's not your government name, is it? And she was just looking at him like, okay, but why is we talking about that? Her government name is Latifah. And so he read her and was like, from here on out, when you in here, everybody will address you as Latifah. And I was just like, what is going on? And like one of his rules was, while we on the clock, you gotta call me by Mr. Johnson. And I was just like, why is we calling you Mr. Johnson like you somebody's teacher? Like I'm real tired in my spirit. Like why? Why is we doing that? But anyway, he has new staff too, but I ain't really see nobody like that. He introduced like one person from what I can remember. So I was like, how is this the new staff? I'm confused. But anyway, it got to the point where he kept bossing Latifah around to the point where he was like, yep, go over there and pick up them flowers. You know, you got to go ahead and grab a broom. Like, instead of, I mean, all the people's in there. He told her to get the flowers up. He told her that later on she was gonna shovel all that snow out there. Y'all know it be doing the most in Chicago. Told her she was gonna get out there and clear that parking lot. I was like, girl, no, don't nobody have time for that. And then he told her, he was like, we got the merch set up over there. I need you to go over there and unfold all the shirts and refold them again. And I was just like, what? It got to the point where she had started doing it. Then she flipped the table and then she said, I'm quitting. And she quit. And I'm like, girl, you got a baby and you just moved. You got your own place. How you gonna move? You ain't got no money. And I don't even know how you was getting money before because you don't do nothing. You must have been doing strange things for some change because you literally didn't do nothing. I don't understand. But anyway, anyway. Yeah. So anyway, Charmaine went to work at her other job where WGCI on the radio, and she ended up having 4 as a guest, and they were talking about him having music out. And then eventually the conversation came up about his ex and how she was seen in the club with 50 Cent, and she's been doing the most. I have seen even the Shade Room post stuff about her and the people she's been dealing with who have a whole lot of money. And even though she has very, very lucrative businesses, she gets with people who has money who ain't him. So she's definitely been moving up on the financial front. So I was like, girl, you were doing a lot in your life. But if all this stuff is true about what he was doing, I don't blame her. I would have been doing something else too. I'd been like, yep, anybody's better than you. But yeah, she brought up about how he didn't understand, he must not have understood how impactful that episode was when he was on there and he wanted to kill himself because of all the stuff that had been going on. And then they actually showed his Instagram or one of his platforms, and people were talking about, you just don't understand. He feels the exact same way I felt. And he got so many likes on that post. And then even his ex commented on it. So that's why she, she kind of made it so she could segue into the conversation about her. Because she made a post and was like, I know we ain't together no more, but I'm always here to talk and all this other stuff. So it was crazy because they went to his little confessional and was like, well, do you think that she did it, for attention? And so he basically said, yeah. And I was like, oh gosh, no. Y'all, so anyway, Ryan and his baby mama, let me stop. A lot of people don't like her, like for real. So let me just say it right. Ryan and his children's mother, Rachel, met up at some place and they were talking, and he tried to be like, you ain't dating, that's just my baby mama. That's just my baby mama. I was like, Lord. So he basically was saying that he did not know that one of his kids was going to be into basketball, and he tried his best to get them into basketball early on, and they weren't here for it, but now they are, and they're on the team. And he has made it so that when he has practice, he's carved out time where he doesn't work. So he doesn't work from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. so that he can be there. And he likes that because he is in a position where the way he has things set up, he's getting money hand over fist. So yeah. We'll get into that in a little bit later. Y'all, it is cold as I don't know what at the old 9 Mag. And it's so bad. Charmaine was like, I bet they got heat over there at the new 9 Mag. Like, it was really, really cold to the point where 4 came in from the outside and said something about a winter vortex. Like, it's got to be cold up in there. Like, I would not. I would like, let me go home because ain't nobody got time for this. So apparently Charmaine's breath really does stink. Like, several people have said her breath stinks, and she's trying to say she was eating some chips, and that's why. I was just like, Lord, what in the world? Do something else, girl. You spending all this money on body work. Get your breath right. Do something. So anyway, 4 was like, I got a tattoo I'm doing on this basketball superstar. And, he didn't say who it was at first. So he went next door thinking that he was going to go and do a tattoo over there. So he knocked on the door. Keep in mind, this is the type of business that you can't see on the inside, from the outside, none of that. You just don't know. They had a lock on it that you have to punch in numbers and all that stuff to get in, like all of that. Like he was just like, I ain't got time for nobody. Nope. So the girl who I'm talking about, y'all, she came to the door and was like, all right, yeah, hey, how you doing? And he was trying to get in. He was like, can I come in? And so she was like, no. So he gave instructions. Ryan gave instructions so that people can't come in, no matter if they're from Old Nine Mag or not. He basically did give out instructions and say, if they are from Old Nine Mag, they are not welcome in here. No, that's not what we're going to do. So she ended up going and get Ryan. Ryan took his time coming to the door, came out there, and he was in his feelings because he was like, you're supposed to be my brother. I don't understand why you got it like this. I thought you said that I can come over here when I want to come over here. So Ryan did his little spiel about how I always told him if he go on tour and all this other stuff, I always have a booth for him. I always let him work here, whatever. So they did all that to eventually let him on the inside and have a tour. Yeah, I ain't gonna get into what we saw yet when they, he went on the inside. But anyway, he gave him a tour. Finally let him in because at first he was like, yeah, nah. So anyway, y'all, Latifah went out drinking with Lily. And they were talking, and so she was letting her know what happened and how they were treating her. And so she was like, well, they having a little party this weekend, for the 9 Mag, for the reopening of the old 9 Mag or whatever. I was just like, so basically they're going to crash that. And I just think it's stupid. It's like, neither one of y'all work there anymore. Why are you going? You're not there. You quit. And the other girl was told you can't come back till you get your life right. She been off for 2 months. Lily has not worked in 2 months. So I'm like, girl, unless you have some good reserves and savings, I don't understand how you living. And yeah, girl, anyway. So on the inside of the new 9 Mag, Ryan had a poster and it looked like Death Row Records. And it had like all of the people who were a part of new 9 Mag on it. And I was just like, you doing the most. You doing the most. I'm tired. So anyway, after his little tour, Ryan conveniently disappeared. Let me stop. He didn't conveniently disappear. He had a client. But anyway, she was talking to him and was like, as Ryan has mentioned before, everything that was of old is no longer here. We don't do any of that over here. We have rules and regulations that you abide by over here. So since things are very different, this is what you got to do. She handed him a manila folder rather, and it had a contract in it that he had to sign. And the contract states that a certain percentage of whatever you make per tattoo, goes to him. Now, I don't know if that includes booth rent as well or what, but he was looking at that paper like, what you mean? I got to give him a percentage of everything I give him. Because before, all they had to do was pay booth rent, and that was it. But so he was in his feelings, and he was like, I don't know what's going on, but me and Ryan have an understanding, and this ain't a part of it. And so she was like, well, I've talked to Ryan as well, and this is what he said goes, and this is the way it is supposed to be. So I'm giving you this paperwork because this is something that everybody has had to sign. So he, eventually gave her that manila folder back like, nah, I ain't doing that. I was like, oh gosh. So anyway, he was like, yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to the old 9 Mag and do this tattoo tomorrow. So the person who they ended up tattooing was somebody that is on the WNBA team. And she got a breast cancer tattoo for her grandmother who has beat it and all that. Y'all, I wasn't really here for the tattoo like that because I have seen better breast cancer tattoos, like way better, and they are random people, like random. So I was like, oh, okay, all right. So yeah, as far as that was concerned. And they kill me. Like, you barely see a tattoo now on this show, on these shows. It's like, okay, it's called Black Ink, so where are the tattoos? Like, this is ridiculous. It's more about the drama than the actual tattoos now. So anyway, of course, the party commenced over the weekend, and there were strippers galore. Of course, Lily and Latifah crashed it. Lily did what she always does, and she got into it with some of the gorilla whatever people, and eventually said the N-word, and everybody paused, or at least that's the way they edited to make it seem, and somebody threw something in her face, some kind of drink or something, and it made me laugh. It made me laugh. I was like, oh my gosh. So then she ended up throwing a drink in somebody else's face. I don't know. It got to the point where Van turned into a bouncer all of a sudden. And he like bear hugged her up and yoked her up out of the crowd and pulled her over into the corner. And so she was like, let me go. Let me go. And, you know, it was just too much. And she left. And then it sounded like, what's his name? It sounded like Van told Latifah to shut up. But anyway, and they both left or whatever. That was hilarious. But anyway, this is going to be a crazy season. I guess I'm ready to see what's going to happen. But anyway, y'all, I'll see y'all later. I'm about to go to bed. Y'all have a good night. Bye.